Good morning, students. In this video I will be telling you how to take out the minimized terms when you are minimizing a Boolean expression using Karnaugh maps. In the earlier video I had told you till grouping in Karnaugh maps. Now I will be telling you further. So well, as you can see, this is a two variable Karnaugh map, and in this there are two ones which are forming a pair, correct? So for finding out the minimized term, we have to see what these ones are represented by. This first one is represented by x y bar and the second one is x y. We will remove the variable which is changing. See, x is constant, you can see x is 1, it is constant, but y is changing, it is changing from y bar to y. So y will be removed and x will remain, and that will be the output, means the minimized term for this will be x. And since there is only one pair, so the final f can be represented with x. So this is the minimized expression. Going ahead, in this two variable Karnaugh map, you are seeing two pairs being formed. Now, from the first pair, what is coming out is the constant variable y as 0. Since y is 0, we will be writing y bar. X is changing for it. X is changing from 0 to 1. So x will be removed. But what is the constant variable? It is y. So, but it is 0. So it will be represented as y bar. And in the second pair, since x is constant, which is 1, so we will keep keeping x, but y is changing from 0 to 1, so y will be removed. So final expression would be the minimized one. It will be y bar plus x. You can have such a situation also, as you are seeing here, where there are four ones clubbed together. In this case, what is the answer which you are getting? Actually, x is also getting changing and y is also changing. So you will have 1 as the minimized expression for it. Now this is a three variable map and you are seeing here two pairs. So in this case, you can see the first pair. Here you can see that x is constant, so it will be x, and y is also here also 0, and in the second case also it is 0. So y, but it is 0, so it will be y bar, correct? But z is changing, so z will be removed. Then for the second pair, you have x changing, so x will be removed, but y z bar will be retained. I mean y z bar, because it is constant, it is y is 1 and z is 0, so it will be specified as y z bar. Now in this one, here we have two pairs again. So in the first pair, the curved one, you have x constant, so x is retained and y is changing, and z is 0, so z bar we will be keeping. Y will be removed, okay, because it is changing. Then this is in the second pair, x is 1 and so it will be kept. Y also will be kept because it is same, which is 0, so y bar it would be, right? So we have x z bar plus x y bar as the expression. In here you can see there are four ones, so they are forming a quad, and because x is changing, so that variable will be removed. Y is also changing, so it will also be removed. Z is not changing and it is 0, so it will be z bar, how the term will be represented, and the minimized expression will become z bar. This is a four variable map, and here there is a quad and a pair. From the quad, what do we get? Remove x because it is changing, so it will be y because it is 1 for all the cases, and z is also 0 for all the cases, so it will be y z bar. W is changing, so it will be removed. In the pairs, the second pair which you are seeing here, so it is x bar, y bar, z. This is what you will get. Now there are two quads. you have to actually tell the examiner, specify to the examiner that which quads you are considering. Otherwise, how does he or she come to know that you are considering which quad first and which the second one? So if for the here specified the term numbers quad 1, M0, 2, 8 and 10. So you have to combine, you are taking this particular quad which is comprising of the terms 0, 2, 8 and 10. Now you consider this, so x is changing for it, but y is remaining the same, but because it is 0, so it will be y bar. Then z is changing, so z will be removed, but w is remaining the same and it is 0, so it will be represented as w bar. Then the second quad, you can see that x is changing but y is remaining the same, but it is 1, so it will be y, and z is changing, so z is removed, but 1 is w is 1, so that is what is kept. So you have the final expression minimized one coming out as y bar w bar plus yw. Okay, so just specify the term numbers along with the quads or the pairs which you make. Here you can see an octet, 8 ones. So in here you can see ZW is changing, X is also changing, and variable Y is the same, which is 0 here and 0 here also. So you have the output as Y bar, so the minimized expression as Y bar. You could be given such a question in this format where you are, in the cardinal form, you are specified that you have to consider the sum of these terms and minimize this expression using Carnot map. So for this, these, as you already can understand, these are the term numbers, and here is where you have to specify 1 in the map. So you will be putting here ones. Now I can make a quad and a pair, but the better option is always to have more number of ones in a group. So what I should do instead is to have rather two quads. So you can see here two quads. Quad 1, it is giving YZ bar, and quad 2, it is YW. So the minimized expression is YZ bar plus YW. So this was the minimization of Boolean expressions when they are represented in SOP form. Supposing they are represented in POS form, as you have learned that a Boolean expression can be represented in SOP and also POS form. So if it is represented in POS form, how will you do the minimization? This we will be doing now. Well, as now you are already familiar with the minimization of SOP expression using Carnot map, now you will see how to minimize a POS expression using Carnot map. Right, so in this case you have to bother about the zeros in the map. So you see wherever f is 0, so you have to plot those out, and when you have to group them, you have to group the zeros together. Okay, and you have to also take care when you are plotting the map that when x is 0, it has to be the non-complemented form of x, and when x is 1, it is the complemented form of x. In SOP expression, when x is 0, we are considering it as x bar, and when it is 1, we consider it as x. But in a POS expression, it is the other way round. So when y is 0, it is y and non-complemented form, and when it is 1, it is represented as y bar. Correct? Now when it is 0 0, so you have to put a 0 here. So now 0 0, so you are putting a 0. When it is 0 1, you are again putting a 0. And rest are ones. Now whether you put these ones or you don't, it is your wish. It is not important to write them. This is a 3 variable map. You can see x and here yz. Only thing to be remembered again is that 0 means x and 1 means x bar. Similarly for yz, when it is 0 0, it is yz. 0 1, yz bar. When it is 1 1, y bar z bar, and when it is 1 0, it is y bar z. Okay, now wherever there it is 0, you have to plot a 0 in the map. So 0 0 0, you are putting a 0. Then when it is 0 0 1, then you are putting a 0. For 0 1 1, yes, and finally for 1 1 1, you are putting a 0. In a 4 variable map, again going with the same way, so you are plotting the zeros here wherever the function is 0, because actually POS becomes a complement of SOP expression. So now you have to group them, and grouping you already know through the SOP expression grouping. In the same way you have to group in a POS expression, but you have to group the zeros. All you have to remember is that you are grouping the zeros. Put the maximum zeros in a group and have as minimum number of groups as possible. So here you have two quads, and this is the third quad also which is getting formed. So there are basically now three quads coming out. So from quad 1, so which are those terms? Now because these are the max terms, so you will be representing them with a capital M. And then what are the term numbers? M5, 7, 13 and 15. Okay, and now you see again the changing variable has to be removed. So x is removed. Now what is the same? It is y is the same, right? But what is its value? It is 1. But here you will be putting as y bar. It is a POS expression which is coming out. It is, so you will be getting here y bar. And z is changing, so it will be removed. W is the same, but it is 1, so it will be specified as W bar. So it is the max term represented with a plus in between, so y bar plus W bar is what you will get out of quad 1 in the minimized form. Quad 2, M9, 11, 13 and 15 in the red was square the zeros. So this is what you have to consider. So x is the same here, but it is 1, so it will be x bar. Y is the change, y is changing. Z is again changing, so it will be removed, and W is the same, so you will have here x bar plus W bar. And then this third quad, which is made of terms 0, 1, 8 and 9, you can see that x is changing and y is 0, so it will be y, and z is 0, so it will be represented as z. So y plus z. So final expression in the minimized form, it is y bar plus W bar, x bar plus W and y plus z. So f in a POS form, this is how it will be represented in the minimized way after solving it through Karnaugh map. Finally, this is an example of a question which could come in your exams like this. A Boolean expression is given to you, and you are supposed to make the groups in the Karnaugh map and try to reduce the expression. Now herein you can see it is a POS form. So according to the term numbers, you are going to put zeros there. See, I have not put the ones in the remaining cells of this map. If I want to put, I can avoid it also, because all I'm bothered about here is the zeros. Right, so this is what I'm getting out of quad 1, 2 and 3, and this is the final expression which I'm getting. When it is given to you in canonical POS form, so like if it is given A plus B plus C plus D, so in this case you will be taking what? A plus B plus C plus D will be taken as 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. Correct? And similarly, the second term will be 0, 0, 1, 0. Then the third term will be 0, 1, 0, 0. So this is how you have to go on. When it is non-complemented, it will be 0, and when it is complemented, it will be 1. Finally, here you are seeing that this is like 4 variable map where there are pairs, 2 pairs and a quad. From quad 1 we have x plus w, and pair 1 and pair 2, this is what is the output, and the minimized POS expression is this. Now I want to explain to you that why in a POS expression you are considering x as 0 and x bar as 1. So basically you see, now this is an expression given to you in the form of a truth table, when in this case you are considering those particular terms where f is 1. So you have the canonical SOP coming out as this. In the cardinal form, it will be m1 plus m2 plus m4 plus m7. So it will be sum of 1, 2, 4, 7. So this you already know that a function is represented by those terms for which it is true, and at a time only one term, one combination will be true, so they are combined with an OR. Now when you are asked to combine the zeros, so that means it is the complement of the function, because the function is represented by the terms for which it is true. So if you are combining those terms for which it is 0, so it is the complement of the function, so it is actually f bar. So here you can see f bar is equal to, now I have considered those terms for which it is 0, so that is x bar, y bar, z bar, then this is x bar, y, z, then the third one is x, y bar, z, and the fourth one is x, y, z bar. Okay, so combined with an OR, of course. So this is what is the complement of the function. But if someone tells us that you have to find out the function, what is f? This is f bar, this is f dash. So how do you find out f? So you have to do f dash dash. You have to further complement it. So if you're complementing the left hand side, you will also have to complement the right hand side. So it will become f dash dash, and this entire expression whole complement. And when you solve it out, so you will be applying De Morgan's law, and this is what is the output coming out of it, that is x plus y plus z dot x plus y bar plus z bar dot x bar plus y plus z bar and x bar plus y bar plus z. So what is this form of expression? Actually, this is the canonical POS form. So when we are combining the zeros and we are wanting to represent the function through this, so basically first we are finding the complement and then it is the complement's complement, and this is how we are getting the canonical POS form. I hope the topic is now very clear to you, and the more you practice, you will get a better hold on it. You may find it more simple, and of course you will agree that it is very interesting topic. If in the exams it comes, and it will surely come, you should not miss a single mark on this. Thank you.